So, warm welcome to everyone who just joined us. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, a space where the right message reaches you. And now, let me show you guys our Wheel of Wisdom, and then I will go to the comments. Okay, so this is our Wheel of Wisdom. And as you can see, this wheel contains the name of 50 plus transformational books that I have come across over the past 10 years of my life. And now I invite you to bring to your mind or ask yourself that what do I need guidance or support regarding? And let that emerge for you, let that answer emerge for you. And until then, I will read the comments. How say sending you and your family prayers. Thank you. I so appreciate that, How I really do. We all need that right now. So, yeah, thank you for sending some beautiful energy to us. Thank you. Okay, Caitlin says it got quiet and then came back. Okay, the audio. Thank you, Caitlin, for letting me know. Yeah, so for some reason, this I don't know what is happening. I don't know, either it is with the Google Chrome or IT, but it is not connecting with my mic, or maybe my mic. Not sure. So, yeah, I'm proceeding with my laptop audio. So, let me maybe try to bring my laptop closer so you guys can hear me. Okay. Here. Okay. How do I fit in? Okay, guys, so is my audio like better now? Because I have kind of come a lot more closer to you guys. Okay, this sound, the sound is actually very good. I, I'm glad to hear that. And I so appreciate, especially the new ones who are staying despite all of this happening. Those who are choosing to stay a little while, being patient, practicing the skill of patience as I try to figure out the best setup. Caitlin says, I think the system is having buggies. Someone else recently had audio thing going on. I don't know, but you are all good here now. Thank you for the confirmation, Caitlin. I appreciate that. And now we are ready to move on to our phase 2. So, taking out our wheel of wisdom. And now I invite you guys to hold in your mind whatever it is you need guidance on as we spin. Okay, we all need that. The book that came up is Real World Mindfulness for Beginners by Brenda Salgado. So let's see. We all can use some mindfulness with real world issues. So let me open this beautiful book and see what wants to come through. So this is our book. And now I'm going to choose some numbers so that we can play a game together. Okay. So, typing the numbers between which I'm going to invite you guys to choose. Okay, so the instructions for the game that we are going to play just now is I'm going to share with you guys two numbers between which I would invite you guys to choose a number whatever number comes up first in your mind, share it in the comments. I will go through all your numbers and pick a number that my intuition feels most called to. So the numbers between which I invite you guys to choose are 22 to 137. So yeah, here you go. Thank you, David. Thank you, Arpit. Today I'm seeing a lot of those people who usually, I think who used to come to my who used to come to the lives that I do in like 2 hours from now, 2 or 3 hours from now. So I appreciate you guys coming here, earlier. Oh, we have two numbers that are same. Interesting. Caitlin also went with 111. Ah, such. Okay, now we know which number we are going with, which is 111 because it came up twice simultaneously. So there is something that wants to come up from this beautiful number. Okay, interesting. So let me show you. So what is on this page number 111 is this, the name of the chapter, which says supporting others who need help. So that is the message on page number 111 for you. That's it, supporting others who need help. So maybe the universe wants you to be there for other beautiful souls today, both of you. Thank you, Prabhat, for sharing a number as well. And yeah, maybe you can share it next, for the next reading again. Because you already chose a number for this. Caitlin says, that was exciting. Whoa. Supporting others who need help. And number 9 as well. Wow. Letting that marinate. Yeah, let that. And maybe you can even reflect on it in a more specific terms by asking you that, who do you know, do you know anyone in your life who needs help right now, and you can help them in whatever small manner that comes up for you that might be helpful for them. Or maybe some opportunity might come up in the rest of your day or this week, since this is, I think, the reading for the week. So yeah, when that opportunity comes, you can be there for them. Okay, so that was our first reading, and now let us move on to our second reading for today. So let me open the wheel again, and you guys can bring up what you need guidance on in your mind as we spin. Okay, so we got another message, I think in continuation with that okay, it's amazing to help other people, but again, keeping in mind that your needs are not violated or they are not put, beneath other people's need. So in that line of thought, we have the second book, which is You Don't Owe Anyone by Caroline Garnett McGraw. So let's see, let me open this beautiful book and let's see what wants to come through. You don't owe anyone. Okay, so this is our beautiful book. You don't owe anyone. And now let me pick some numbers so that we can play a game together. So, my dear ones, I invite you guys to pick a number between 25 to 277. Again, no rush. I will pick a number randomly based on my intuition. So just share the number that pops up first. I will choose a random number based on my intuition and let's see what wants to come through. Oh, interesting. Thank you, Hawa, for sharing a number. A lot of double numbers today. Thank you, Prabhat, for sharing a number. You went with the double of that number that you shared before. Okay, another double number. Thank you, Nick, for sharing a number and welcome. Welcome to the space. Um, Thank you, David. Thank you, Caitlin. Havau says, I was thinking about this number and you stopped there. Okay. Interesting. Huh. Thank you for sharing your experience as to what happened. Let's see if I feel called to that number. Okay, anyone else who wants to share a number and receive a reading? Okay, then let's go with the numbers that are here. Okay, which one? Which one? So, the number that I'm feeling most called to is 44, and the number has been chosen by Nick for all of us. So, let's see what wants to come through for Nick from page number 44. What is the reminder that wants to come for Nick? Okay. Okay, let me find the starting of this. So the author says, often our early coping mechanisms, the one that feed into perfectionism, seem positive and altruistic, and in a way they are. They are our best attempts to help, to fix, to make things right with the world. We try so hard because we care so much. We care about our people. We want to make life better for those who we love. That's not bad. The trouble comes when we chase perfection at the expense of our own humanity. We give our loved ones permission to make all kinds of mistakes, yet we deny ourselves that same freedom. As I worked hard to do everything right, to get excellent on all of my worksheets. Okay, this is part of like a story that she told. So, yeah, let me not go into that, otherwise, I will have to like share the whole story. But yeah, so what's coming up for me from that reading is that whatever patterns you have, whatever ways of coping that you have learned, whether it is distracting yourself, whether it is planning, whether it is going into perfectionism and it which can also be like detrimental, which can also be unproductive, because sometimes we procrastinate because we're like, okay, I will only do things when they are perfect, and I want to do things perfectly, and if I can't do that, I won't do them at all, and then that stops us from even starting. And we can't do things perfectly from the start. We need to start, and then we need to make mistakes and learn from them, and then do the things, correct those mistakes, and then we will make some more mistakes and we will learn from them. So that is like a whole journey on any new thing that you start. So demanding ourselves, to be perfect is like a very unrealistic and harsh demand that we usually place on ourselves, and we don't expect that same level of perfectionism from others. And if you do, then you might be having a lot of difficulties in your relationships, because that might lead to frustration, resentment from the other person as well. Because if you expect them to be perfect, then they're going to be irritated with you regarding that expectation. So, so if you are kind to others, if you're very understanding when other people make mistakes, when they fail sometimes, when they do things imperfectly, then the author is inviting you to bring that same kindness to yourself, because you deserve it, because that is what is helpful. And if you do that to other people, if you want them to not make mistakes, then maybe reminding yourself of the times when you have made mistakes, when you have failed, when you have done this or that or something similar, and being gentle with them, knowing that they are also a human being like you who make mistake. So just not letting any pattern take away your humanity, and coming back to being human, being an imperfectly perfect human. So that was kind of what came up for me from that reading that we did from page number 44, chosen by Nick. Let me know, Nick, if this reading resonated with you, if you have any such pattern, and if you do, if you have any unhelpful pattern, which you might have since you are a human being, then being, understanding that it served you at some point, that part of you that you don't like so much, that you want to change, that does that behavior, you know, that it helped you at some point. It was created to make things, run more smoothly at that time, to cope, to protect. And so when that part show up, instead of getting irritated, maybe if you bring that perspective to your mind, you might even be grateful that that part, you know, of you developed at that time when you needed it most. And now that you don't need it, you can, change its role in some other manner, help this part of you learn different things, learn a different way to respond to the situation, and then, you know, um, you can like move towards whatever it is most important to you without letting any of these parts of you hold you back. Okay, so yeah, that's all. Okay. Lisa says, hello Anisha, just joining. Hi Lisa, thank you so much for dropping by. Um, yeah, it is not even, a weekend, so I know you are very busy on the weekdays, so I appreciate having you here. Really, thank you so much for choosing to, come back and be with me in this space. Nick says, it really has, I think, resonated, yeah. I'm gentle with others, but not to myself. My spirit have sent me this message many times. Thank you for your insight and gift. Thank you, Nick, for sharing that with me. And yeah, and maybe this time the spirit is asking you to really listen and, you know, and maybe commit. Like you can commit to yourself that I will, um, during today, I will pause once and be gentle with myself, whatever that means for you, So you can like set this goal that I would be gentle with myself once today. And maybe by the end of the day, you will find yourself being gentle, maybe more than once. So yeah, give that a try. And I appreciate your share. Thank you so much for being here, for choosing that number, and for being so open to receiving these messages. Okay, guys, time for our next reading now. So, okay, first I will take a sip and be gentle with myself now. Okay. And if you guys have enjoyed this live so far, or if you guys want to simply support my work, you can make a small contribution through a donation. And if you don't feel called to do that, you can always support me by listening to my content. There are a lot many resources that I've created for you guys, so it would really mean a lot to me if you can. Maybe after the live, check them out and see if there is something for you. On that note, I did have like I think a free track that I created when I just joined Insight Timer around perfectionism. So you might find that helpful in case you feel called to check it out. David says, same for me, Nick. I need to be reminded to be kind to myself, but I'm always being kind to other people. Thank you, Anisha. Yes, you are, David. And meaning that you have that skill in you, right? Since you are kind to other people, you have that quality of being a kind person, being kind David, being kind Nick. You just need to turn it towards yourself. You just need to treat yourself as your best friend, you know. So I think I also had a prompt or something. I shared a technique regarding this in this course. Um, I don't remember the lesson name, but you can check it out. I think there are five lessons specifically on techniques. So in one of them, I've shared like a prompt or something that can help you be more kind to yourself when you are having a lot of critical thoughts, a lot of negative thoughts, and all of that. So I hope that that will help. Thank you, David, for this kind gesture. I so appreciate your kindness, and I hope that every bit of act of kindness, every bit of energy that you have poured in for other people return back to you, that you feel loved by yourself, that you feel accepted by yourself, that you feel respected by yourself. So, thank you for your support. Okay, now let us spin again and maybe for the final time. So, bring to your mind anything you need guidance on as we spin the wheel. So the book that came up is Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks, The Teachings of Abraham. So let me open this beautiful, beautiful book and let's see what wants to come through. Wow, sis, that was so beautiful. Thank you. I'm glad that it resonated with you, Havau. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, just a second, choosing some numbers for us. So, my dear ones, I invite you guys to to pick a number between 13 to 129. Here you go. Again, don't no need to rush. Just pick a random. Sorry, just pick a number that pops up first in your head. I will pick a random number from the comments. Okay. And thank you, Nick, for this generosity. I appreciate your kindness. I'm glad that this message landed deeply within you. And I see that the first reading is now applying to both of you, like supporting others, and you both are so kind. You see, you have this amazing, beautiful skill of being so generous. Like, the evidence is in front of me, not just in terms of, like, the donation, but yeah, that intention behind it. So you have that within you, and you just need to redirect it a little bit and love yourself more. So yeah, my wish for you is that mm, okay, as you go to sleep today, you feel held by yourself. You feel like you are there for yourself. You feel supported by yourself, knowing that no matter what happens, you will be there for yourself in a very gentle, in a very, kind manner. So that is my wish for you. Okay. So there are the numbers here, and seems like Caitlin, changed her number now to Lisa's number. So thank you, Sarah, Lisa, Trace, Prabhat, and Hawau for sharing a number. And since there are two people who are feeling called to the same number, okay, let me see. But I'm feeling called to another number as well. Okay, which one? Which one? Okay, let's go with 99 because two people are feeling called towards that number. So, Caitlin and Lisa, we are going with your number. Let's see. Oh, we did this practice before. Um, yeah, so the practice was like, thinking about, wouldn't it be nice if whatever you want comes true, So thinking in that manner instead of always focusing on what if this goes wrong, what if this doesn't work out, what if this happens. So I guess in short, the message for you is to, think about the positive what ifs, like what wouldn't it be nice if I stumbled onto something that really worked for me? Wouldn't it be nice if my metabolism began to cooperate with me a little more? Wouldn't it be nice if the desire that I have been holding for a long time sort of came to a peak like a guiding light? Wouldn't it be nice if I could meet someone who is just run across something that really worked for them, which would light a fire in me? Wouldn't it be nice if the traffic is light and we have a wonderful trip? Wouldn't it be nice if I had a really productive day at work? Wouldn't it be nice if I find the most spectacular partner who adores me in the same way that I adore him? So, yeah, so on and so forth. Caitlin says, oh, like the ideal life exercise, kind of. Everything is good and all is right. How would you feel? What would be different? How would you know? What would you do? Yeah, kind of like that. I do that a lot in like in the coaching, in like while coaching my clients, and it is like a beautiful practice. It helps people gain a lot of clarity and then work, and then let those desires drive them rather than letting those fears control their life. So thank you, Caitlin, for mentioning that particular exercise in depth. And yeah, and this is like a smaller version of that exercise, in a way that, while going through a daily life, whenever you encounter a negative what if in your life, so whenever a negative thought comes up, like, okay, um, I'm already late, what if I get more traffic on the way, or what if I mess up during the meeting, um, what if this, what if that, then maybe thinking of the positive what ifs in that situation, like what is something good that can also happen, because just like that negative thing hasn't happened yet, just like, that is a possibility. Similarly, the other positive what ifs is also a possibility. It's not just, shifting from negative to positive. It's also like, having more of a balanced perspective, that okay, that negative thing can happen, but also that positive thing can happen. Both are in the future and both are an equal possibility for you. So that can like help your system settle a little bit and not feel in threat right now in this moment when there is no threat. And you know and again, I think I shared this practice, and how to use it to come to a more balanced way. So there is another question that we ask ourselves after this that can help us to think more balanced, having a more 360-degree view, and then coming to a more helpful, perspective. So again, I've shared, I think, that technique also in this course, um, as one of the Socratic questions, I think. So yeah, if you haven't, you can check that out here. And Caitlin says, imagining the best case scenario in a spiral in the same way we imagine the terrible things. Exactly. So yeah, this is like a more how to cope with the real world worry in that moment. And that ideal life exercise is a more like reflective exercise that you do when you are in a more calmer state than, you know in like at a time when you want to take a whole look at your life and then change things from there, like based on what come up from that exercise. So yeah, thank you, Caitlin, for sharing both of these beautiful practices here. And okay, whose number did I choose? I forgot. Okay, I chose both of your number. Yeah, so Caitlin and Lisa, let me know, Lisa, if this resonated with you, if something came up for you from this reading. Have you been thinking about all those negative worries? So, hmm. And I think there is another way to deal with worries. So there are different approaches, and none is right, none is wrong, more or less. It's more about like which one clicks with you. So I've also shared like one more approach. If you have been worrying too much, if you want to learn how to deal with your worries, and I released like a recent track around this, which was called Stop Worrying. So you can find it like when you go to my profile, when you go to the video section, as you scroll down, there are a lot of videos I've released. So yes, if you haven't already, you can check them out. But where it is, yeah, Stop Worrying. So this is like a 2-minute practice. So if you are worrying, you can check it out. Ha, Caitlin says, ooh, videos. I shall have to check out your page. Ah, yeah, please. I would love to hear how you find them, Caitlin. I would really love to hear that, to know that. Okay. And also, this practice is in that playlist that I shared. Okay, let me share it again here for those who are new. So, when you go to my profile, you go to the home page, and when you scroll down, down and down, down and down. So there's a section called playlists. So I have like 5 playlists there. I've recently added the fifth one, which is called Therapy Tools and Techniques. So this playlist involves like different techniques from different therapy approaches. We have covered DBT, ACT, CBT, CFT, so a lot of them. So you can like check them out, and you will find the ones that I've recorded in the previous episodes of this live here, all of them here, and more will be added here, so you can save this if you need it. And you can also check out the other playlist as well, which are this is called Little Reminders for You. I have been adding more tracks here. I've already submitted 2 more, so they will be added. So they are basically, like a 3 to 5 minute small tracks for specific negative thoughts that people have, like I'm not good enough, I'm a failure, I'm too sensitive, what if I make the wrong decision, and so on and so forth. So you can check them out, and you can save it if you are dealing with a lot of negative thoughts, if you deal with a lot of negative thoughts, so that you can find the track that you need when you're having that particular thought. And then there is like this nervous system regulation techniques. So there are all the different types of techniques for different types of states. So I'm going to add a total of 100 techniques here. Right now here are 17, but I will add more, so you can save it if this is something that you need. I'm going to also change the title, so you know when to use which technique. And then there is this mindfulness challenge, like a mindfulness playlist. So yeah, you can check them out in your own time. And the perfectionist track that I mentioned, you will find that here in this wheel of wisdom. So this is like a this has like miscellaneous meditations that don't fit in anywhere, and that were done during the live. So I have placed them here, and I've made a game out of it so that you can strengthen your connection with your intuition, just like when I ask you guys to choose a number here. So similarly, you can pick a meditation here, and this way you will start to trust your intuition more, stay in connection with your intuition more the more you use it. So yeah, that was my intention behind creating this playlist. So these are all 5, so you can explore my content through the playlist section. You can explore the courses, all of mine. I have just shared one here. You can explore all of them here. I have like 7, so you can see which ones do you need. And then the latest feature is the videos, so you can explore them here. I think I already have like 11 or 12 videos, or I think 15, 16, I don't know. You can check them out. So this is all that I have, and I hope that you find the right resource for you. That's why I've been creating all of them, so that you have what you need when you need it most. And that is why I have started this space, so that you receive the right message when you need it most. So yeah. Okay, I have been speaking for a while, I got lost. Coming back to the lovely comments here. Okay. So Lisa says, yes, it absolutely did resonate with me. Thank you so much, dear Anisha. Thank you, Lisa, for openly receiving it. I'm glad that the message, the reading landed. Caitlin says, Lisa, thank you for that number. This is the second time I'm receiving this message in a way. Ooh. Last night it was presented to us in a live too. So spirits, I'm hearing you. Yeah, you definitely should. Amazing. I love the alignment, the magic that is happening. Thank you, Caitlin, for sharing that, um, anecdote, if we call that. Yeah. Trace says, thank you and blessings for your day, everyone. Thank you, Trace, for spending your precious time with all of us here. I appreciate it. If you're still here, thank you for being here. Lisa says, yes, I'm so glad I picked 99 too. I do like 9 very much. We did get, like, in the first reading, we did got 9, and then, like, that heading. So interesting. Seemed like 99 will be very fitting. I'm so glad I joined this morning. I'm filled with gratitude. And so I am for your presence, Lisa. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your precious, precious morning with all of us. Okay, guys, so seems like we have reached the end of this live. I hope that you guys received whatever it is that you needed from the space, and I hope to see you guys here again. I think the next live I would do might be after a week, so I would be taking a pause if you are not part of my group, um, where I share like the summaries of these lives. The name of the group is World of Wisdom. So yeah, I shared there, but I want to share here as well that I'm going to take a 1 week pause because of some family stuff. So after that, I will return back and we will continue with the lives as before. And maybe I will try to do at this live at both times, like at this one and then 2 hours later than this one. So yeah, so that everyone, like, I get to spend time and be there with everyone. And yeah, and until then you guys can explore my content, as I said. I'm going to create a lot more. I am creating a lot more. A lot more has been scheduled and a lot more is coming. So yeah, feel free to explore, to check out my profile, check out the playlist, the courses, the videos, and I hope that you do find whatever it is that you need from, all that I have to offer. Okay, so let me read the comments and then we will say goodbye. Thank you, Havau, for this beautiful gift. I appreciate your love, your kindness, and I hope that something beautiful happens in your day that makes you filled with awe and wonder. Caitlin says, do what you need, Anisha, and take so much care. We love you. I love you. I love you too, Caitlin. Thank you so very much for being here, for, you know, sending so much care, for for everything. Thank you, Caitlin. Really, I appreciate it. And a hug. If I didn't saw that hug. David says, I have been enjoying your videos and recordings. Thank you. There is always something there to help me, whatever I'm experiencing at the time. David, at the end, you always make me emotional. So, yeah, I'm so glad that the recordings have been helpful. That was my intention, that you guys can go to them when you need them, and I'm not going live. You can, like, just scroll through them or pick a number. I've numbered all the episodes. I think this is episode number 213. So I've numbered them, put them in a playlist. If you're new, you can find them here. Like, you can go to my profile, go to the very end in the about section, and when you scroll down, you will see this. And here I have, you know, shared all the recordings. You will see that. So yeah, you can check them out if you need some guidance and, like this live kind of energy. And if you just want like meditation or talks, you can go to my profile and you will find them. And yeah, I'm really glad that you have found the right message at the right time. That is like the very, you know the very intention behind all of this. So your comment meant a lot to me, David, that you know they provided you with that. Prabhat says, thank you so much. Thank you, Prabhat, for being here and for staying till the end. David says, I don't know why that comment posted twice. Oh, okay, yeah. uh, yeah, I am not sure as well. Hmm. Okay, seems like both comments are a little bit different, but like the gist is same. But anyways, I appreciate both of them. I appreciate these kind words, and they help me keep going. So yeah. And okay, and David said my phone is misbehaving today, so maybe I will find the right track to listen to for that too. Yeah, hopefully. Or you can enjoy, you can let your phone lead you for a while instead of you controlling it. Habao says, love you. Love you too, Habao. Thank you for being here. Okay, you guys are going to make me cry. Lisa says, Anisha, you certainly do help so many of us. We all love you so much. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. That is so very kind. I feel honored to, you know, walk this journey alongside you. Thank you. Okay. Now, I guess let's wrap this live. So, I'm grateful for your presence and I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. May you all be safe. May you all be healthy. May you all heal from any pain, physical or emotional. May you feel loved and supported by the universe. Bye. I will see you guys soon. Till then, take care. Habao says, so grateful for you. Wish you the best for this day. And until next wonderful time, namaste. Namaste. Thank you. Bye. Take care.